Hello, this is Andy, Hobo Traveler in the Avro Hotel in Takoradi, Ghana. Just wanted to explain what a room looks like in Ghana. But I'm not going to say this is my favorite hotel, but it's not too bad. I usually stay at the Amla, which is like 20. It's a little quieter. Okay, the street out front in here has a lot of traffic, and I got this corner room number 134. I moved in last night at about 9 o'clock at night, so I'm having a lot of technical problems in a way. When you arrive that late in the day, you know, it's not like I can get it all fixed up. This has got all the potential to be a pretty good room, except, you know, as always in most of the underdeveloped places on the planet, and they've got all the ideas going, but they never even come up to minimum standards. They have a refrigerated television, which I don't turn it on because it's all two-station stuff. They had a plug in here that didn't work. This one didn't work, and this was too sloppy for my thing, so I used mine, put it in there, and got a good enough connection. I had to unplug the refrigerator so that I could have a plug. So I don't have a refrigerator working because I wanted to use the electricity more than for my computer, more than for the thing. Has a mirror over here in the corner, which I'll try not to stand in front of because I'm not yet showered yet today. There's no light there, so you know, it's dark and dingy in that corner. You have your closet, which doesn't open on one side, and of course there's no hangers or anything, so as normal, I hang my clothes on the floor or the ground. Technically, that's not true. I usually set up at clotheslines, and hang all my clothes in the clothesline. So I would hook onto the corner of that door and run it across here to the other side and put a couple things. It has a desk, which is pretty nice. That's a real good one. Coffee table and the chair is really optional. The bed's got, you know, sheets that pop off. I have to take safety pins and tie them on. Since I arrived last night, I didn't put them on yet. But I'll put safety pins on the corners of all the sheets to keep the sheets from popping off. It has screens. Okay, obviously this one's got a rip in it, and I guess a lot of the screens have rips in it. What's nice about this place is it does have windows on two sides, and so at night it's a little cooler. You can kind of be in a concrete sauna a little bit. They had me in the next door room, which was just basically a dungeon, and they wanted me to take it. They were like trying to slide me up. They have another mirror over here, but again, we got the light up here that could shine on there if I close the door. I'll show you the fan. There's a kind of a typical thing all around the world. They tap into the fan wire to run the fan. They tap into the light to run the fan, and then they run the light. Now a lot of times they'll put this light right underneath the fan, and what you get is a strobe light effect. You don't want that. That'll drive you crazy. The actual lock is got a top-notch lock. It's one of the special locks on the planet, which is a special key. Let me see if I can show you. This special key is not easy to duplicate and is a special key. So this is a very expensive key in America, but they want to inform me to turn off my gadgets. Well, I want to inform them they shouldn't come in my room to know I have gadgets. Okay, so I'm on the third, fourth floor. I got a toilet with no seat, of course, but that's like standard in the whole world. I think they can give me toilet paper. Now, they gave me a tub, which means as soon as I see this tub in the, what do you call it, bucket or whatever you want to call it, whenever I see one of these things, that means fill it up immediately because they're having water problems. You see a bucket inside a shower, fill it up. You're having water problems. I first wrote about this in the Philippines, in Angeles City, when I was in just one hotel trying to talk to this guy. I turned on the water. There is no water this morning. The lady just came to the door, asked me if there was water, but I hadn't checked it. And I was in the process of using my gadgets and heating up this water. Now I have extremely hot water and no extra water to add to it to cool it off so I can take a shower. So I guess I have to wait for another half hour or something to let this cool off. Generally, overall, this is a pretty good room for the price, about $15, 25 CDs in Ghana. It's a pretty good price room. It's not a very good price if you compare it to Thailand. I mean, Thailand, you get the same price, you get Wi-Fi, color TV, HBO, all this stuff. Long story but short, I left very quick, and I had some underwear drying on the line, so I don't know, do things dry when you put them right on the ground? I mean, I put these underwear in there, and they seem to be drying. It's very dry right here, right now. These curtains are not actually thick enough to stop the sun, so if the sun starts shining in this room later in the day, it could turn into a pretty bright and a brightly lit place. It gets very hard for me to work on my computer when there's too much sun because I can't see the screen. I have this over here this morning because I was reading, looking at stuff, and if I want to, I can transfer this whole situation over to the desk, except there's no electricity over there. I always have I guess it's about 4 meters of electrical cord, so I can run it over there. I can't live without the electrical cord, but I don't know what I do. Basically, you only need one adapter for the wall, and the electrical cord supplies all the extra outlets you need for all your other devices. You really don't need an adapter for every device, and if you had one adapter and one device, you know, that device is not quite realistic. We usually have about, you know, computer, cell phone, smartphone, cell phone. You know, if there's 2 or 3 people, you could have 4 or 5 plugs. I mean, I really could use 8 separate plugs. This room has 1 plug that functions, but you know, that's pretty standard. Bad part is they have the light switch that turns on both the toilet and the thing. I mean, has all the potential to be a really good room. Just with small amount of work, without even investing money, they could convert this thing into an excellent room. You know, coat hangers, maybe one night's rent, and they could have this room up to snuff. There's an overabundance of labor that doesn't do anything, so I don't know what they're doing. Okay. Andy, hobo traveler in Takoradi, Ghana, very close to the Ilubo, Noe, Cote d'Ivoire border, which makes this kind of a border town because people bring stuff across to sell, I think. But, you know, I don't live here, so I can't guarantee it, but it's only like 2 hours away from the border. I think it's a clearinghouse for like immigration, smuggle stuff. Bye-bye, Andy, hobo traveler.